This week I'm going to explain my tip before I launch into it, otherwise you're going to think I'm absolutely bananas. So when I first started out doing professional CAD work, I was getting a lot of pain in here, in my fingers, in my elbows, in my back. I went to the doctors and physio and we got a lot of things sorted out, like posture and stuff like that. But, and here's a disclaimer by the way, I'm not a doctor, I'm just some bloke making a video on the internet. Don't believe everything I say. Go and see your doctor or your physio if you have problems to get these things sorted out. But having said that, this is a tip that's worked for me for years, and I just wanted to put it out there in case it helps somebody else. First thing is I've got a big mouse, because when you're using a little mouse like this, your hand is all like a claw around it, and you're putting loads of pressure into here, loads of strain, and that'll hurt after a while. So we've also got a big mouse, we've also got a big mouse pad, and the point of that is that when you're doing little micro movements like this, like everybody normally does, putting a lot of strain into your wrist. So I've just turned down the sensitivity, and now I use my arm like this. And these big movements mean that you're not putting all that force in there, all that strain. Got rid of a lot of the issues that I had around my hands using CAD work. So now this is the tip that I'm going to tell you about, and this is absolutely crackers. I started out with AutoCAD doing a lot of panning work. You do a lot of panning in Inventor as well. And I was finding I got a lot of pain through here, a lot of stresses in these fingers. And that was because your middle button is for panning. And the problem with the middle button is usually it has a stronger spring than the other two buttons. So when you're holding that down all day, doing loads of panning, you're putting a lot more force through this finger. So what I did was I thought, right, I'll switch these two buttons. I got a little bit of software called X Mouse Button Control. Just switch my middle button for the right click, my right button for the middle click. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but now I can pan all day long and not get any pain in that finger because I'm using my right button instead of the middle button. And I just use the middle button to get the menus because you're just pressing that once, so the strength of that button doesn't really matter so much. But I can hold down the right button, do loads of buttery, smooth panning. Check that out. So there we are, that's the tip. Boom, as I normally say. Got a problem? See your doctor. Try out my tip. See you next time, folks.